Warning: this video features graphic depictions of war that some viewers may find disturbing. Few characteristics of humanity have remained as constant as warfare. Since the first groups of ancient humans resorted to violence to resolve their disagreements, war has remained an unfortunate feature of humanity. The first wars, fought with fists, rocks, and sticks, differ greatly from the highly advanced style of warfare prevalent today. This is due in large part to the continuous development of technology. Technology and war have always been interlinked, and the most advanced technologies from any era have always been used for bloodshed. The discovery of metals and smithing resulted in the invention of metal blades. Black powder, used for fireworks in China, was soon turned into explosive rockets, and not even a decade after the Wright brothers' first flight, planes began to drop bombs. Although technology has consistently played a pivotal role in conflict, the onset of the Industrial Revolution created a new era of technologically driven warfare. Advances in electricity, machining, and the assembly line enabled the mass production of guns, munitions, and machines of war. These new technologies fed the global war machine that arose during the 20th century, resulting in some of the world's deadliest conflicts. The advancement in military technology has come at a clear and devastating human cost, and the loss of human life remains one of the most tragic outcomes of war. That being said, humanity's wars against each other do more than just kill people. The environment remains a constant and often overlooked casualty of war. So what exactly are the environmental impacts of advancements in military technology? In short, as advancements in military technology enabled the greater taking of life, so too do these advancements inflict greater environmental destruction. Witness the march of environmental devastation that ensued as military technology advanced in an industrialized world. Artillery barrages decimated the French countryside, leaching toxic metals into the ground. Planes dropped hundreds of thousands of bombs onto Germany's pristine fields. Naval battles in the Pacific filled the oceans with pollution. Korea burned.
-1.
Atomic tests irradiated ecosystems.
The equivalent of 15,000 tons of TNT has rocked the Earth.
Herbicides defoliated millions of acres of jungle in Vietnam. Oil wells in Kuwait burned for months, leaking oil and spewing toxic smoke into the air. As we have established, the development of military technologies in the 20th century resulted in increased death and environmental destruction at the hands of war. But how does this trend apply in the 21st century? In order to answer this, let's turn to a specific conflict occurring today. On February 24, 2022, Russia invaded its neighbor and former Soviet republic, Ukraine. Although Ukraine was severely outmatched by Russian forces, Ukraine managed to hold off a complete invasion, and the resulting two-year stalemate has decimated the western regions of the country. So how does technology factor into all this desolation? As with every military conflict since the dawn of the Industrial Revolution, advancements in military technologies have contributed to the scale of environmental destruction inflicted by the Russo-Ukrainian War. Landmines, mass artillery barrages, and US-supplied cluster munitions devastate soil health and sensitive ecosystems. Moreover, these weapons litter the environment with unexploded munitions. Unexploded munitions not only pose a significant threat to civilians, where they can explode at a moment's notice, but also to the environment, where they leach hazardous substance into soil and water. In many ways, the traditional military technologies used in the Russo-Ukrainian War inflict environmental destruction much as they always have, indiscriminately laying waste to ecosystems. However, the Russo-Ukrainian War has also witnessed the pioneering use of new and highly advanced technologies, most notably, drones. In part, Ukraine's success in holding back the Russian invasion can be attributed to its unique and innovative guerrilla-style drone tactics. Ukraine has deployed countless cheap, commercial drones retrofitted with explosives. Although these drones may not seem intimidating, they are capable of destroying multi-million-dollar equipment such as tanks with deadly precision. It is important to note that this style of drone warfare differs significantly from the kind used by America in the Middle East. Whereas America's MQ-9A Reaper drone costs $31 million and has a wingspan of 66 feet, Ukraine's comparatively smaller drones only cost $400 on the low end and $100,000 on the high end. This means that now, the deadly remote precision of drone warfare is more accessible than it has ever been before, explaining the increased use of drones in the Russo-Ukrainian War. Seeing as drones represent an advancement in military technologies, what are the environmental implications of drone warfare in the Russo-Ukrainian War? So far, the most environmentally concerning use of drones has been the targeting of Russian oil infrastructure. Since the start of the war, long-distance one-way attack drones have been used to strike oil depots and refineries deep in the heart of Russia. The first of these attacks occurred in the early months of the war on an oil refinery close to the Russian-Ukrainian border. A medium-sized drone can be seen lumbering towards the refinery, where it promptly explodes. A couple more attacks occurred in the remainder of 2022, and then, in 2023, the frequency of drone attacks began to increase. On April 28th, a drone struck a Sevastopol oil depot in Russian-occupied Crimea. The drone ignited a blaze that lasted for at least 10 hours, burning down 3 oil storage tanks and damaging several others. However, the beginning months of 2024 represent the largest wave of drone strikes on Russian oil, successfully attacking 19 facilities between the start of 2024 and April 5th of 2024. Oil facilities all across Russia erupted into flames and smoke as drones crept through the silent hours of the night sky. These attacks have proved highly successful at crippling Russian oil infrastructure and disrupting the Russian war effort. Unfortunately, these attacks also have severe environmental ramifications. Under normal operations, oil depots and refineries are a direct source of environmental contamination, releasing air pollution and leaking petroleum products. However, it only takes a spark to turn these already polluting facilities into environmental powder kegs. Once alight, burning oil facilities spew clouds of black toxic smoke into the air, decreasing local air quality and potentially affecting the long and short-term health of nearby residents. Moreover, as an oil facility burns, pipes and storage tanks containing oil can rupture, dumping tons of oil directly into the ground. Once in the ground, oil damages soil health and water quality, harming the overall well-being of local ecosystems. What is most important about these attacks is that drones are the primary weapon used to conduct them. Of the roughly 44 successful attacks against Russian oil, 86.4% have been carried out with drones. This represents a fundamental technological change in how oil facilities are targeted in conflict. Whereas oil facilities have historically been attacked with more traditional weapons, such as airplanes, recent conflicts have witnessed the increased use of drones, and in the case of Ukraine, have made up the bulk of its attacks. This is important because it demonstrates the catastrophic potential inexpensive drones have for environmental destruction. Their cheap, remote precision makes them both an economical and effective choice for attacking critical energy infrastructure, which can in turn create significant environmental destruction. Ultimately, drones fit into the historical trend of advancements in military technology enabling greater environmental devastation. As with any technology, drones are constantly evolving. New and emerging technologies, such as artificial intelligence, pose new implications for drone warfare. Currently, multiple countries, including the US, are developing AI drone swarm technology. An AI drone swarm is a group of drones acting partially independently from human control and working as a cohesive unit. A video from a 2016 US test shows a swarm in action. The highly destructive potential of these drones cannot be understated. In fact, some scholars argue that massive AI-enhanced drone swarms could be considered weapons of mass destruction, given their indiscriminate and highly destructive nature. Traditional weapons of mass destruction, such as nuclear bombs, are some of the most environmentally destructive weapons on the planet, and future drone swarms have similar haunting potential. In the context of oil, AI-enhanced drone swarms could be used to even more effectively target and destroy oil infrastructure in future conflicts, increasing the environmental implications of drone warfare. Ultimately, technology and war have always been related, and this relationship has severe environmental consequences. Advancements in military technology, such as drone warfare, contribute to this historical trend, and current advancements in AI have the potential to further exacerbate the environmental impacts of war.